number 8 from Valdosta State University, Kevin Taylor. On the mound, starting game 3 for the Pokers, number 15 from the Colorado School of Mines, Casey Tybalt.
And we are back here live at Palm Beach Academy Atlantic here at Jake Rubin Park for game number 3, winner take all in the SFCBL Championship Series. First pitch misses low and inside to Kobe Benson as we are underway. Benson has showed a lot in these past couple of games in the playoffs for the Palm Beach Xtreme. Has come up clutch several times. And he has the speed to make things happen on the base paths as well. Also see him play a very good shortstop. Next pitch is in there for a strike. That one's grounded foul. Count now 2-2. Getting the start in this winner-take-all game 3 for the Florida Pokers, you have Casey Tybalt from Fountain, Colorado. This season a 2.78 ERA, 22 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts. That pitch is outside. Three and 2. Game 1 went to the Xtreme. Game 2 went to the Pokers. All the marbles for right here. That one grounded to the right side. At second, gobbled up. The throw to first is in time as Taylor makes the play. 1 up, 1 down.
Second first baseman, number 51 from Liberty University, Andrew Jenner.
So Andrew Jenner now steps into bat with 1 out, nobody on base in the top of the first inning. First pitch misses in the dirt. 1-0. That one misses low and inside as well. 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Called strike on the outside corner. 2-2. And the pitch. Check swing did not go around. The count is worked to full at 3-2 to Andrew Jenner. And the payoff pitch. Missing high and outside, ball 4. Jenner reaches. 1 out and 1 man on for the Xtreme.
Batting third, extra hitter number 21 from the University of Tampa, Ethan Strakowski.
So Ethan Strakowski in the box. The first pitch to him misses high and inside, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch misses high, 2-0. This late in the playoff run, this late in the season in general, expect to see runs scored in this winner-take-all Game 3. Guys just run out of arms when you get this far into the postseason push. But Tybalt has been strong this season through 23 innings pitched. That one's outside. 3-0. And time is called for a pitcher-catcher conversation between Jeff Cardizone and Casey Tybalt. During the break in the action, great time to remind you that Harris Pompano Beach is a sponsor of the SFCBL. They're voted the friendliest casino and the casino where you feel the luckiest. Try your luck on slot machines, electronic table games, live-action poker tables, and delicious dining steps from Harris Casino Floor. That's Harris Pompano Beach, right off of I-95. 3-0 pitch drops right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. That pitch misses low and outside. So a couple of runners on base with one out here in the top of the first inning.
Batting fourth, the right fielder number 3 from Rollins College, Trenton Snyder.
Trenton Snyder did not get the start in the first game of this doubleheader. Well, now it's a doubleheader in Game 2 of the SFCBL Championship Series, but he is getting the start here in winner-take-all Game 3. First pitch of Snyder is in there for a called strike, 0-1. And that one's going to catch the inside corner. 0-2 now to Snyder. Trent Snyder batting .333 this season, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. And the pitch. It's in high for a ball, 1-2. Tybalt sets from the stretch. He deals the pitch. Check swing and saying he did go around. And Snyder is out. Snyder was almost in denial there for a second. The umpire had to kind of walk in front of him with the fist up, indicating strike 3. And now some jawing back and forth from the Xtreme and the umpire, disagreeing about that call. 2 away. Logan Cook now digs into the box with still a couple of runners on base. Pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. That pitch misses outside. 1-1. Check swing, foul ball, and it actually hit off the angle of Jeff Cardizone as he's coming up limping. And Cardizone's kind of holding his knee, so maybe it didn't hit the ankle, but the top of the knee. That's what he's holding on his right leg. As time will be called. To have the best experience possible viewing these South Florida Collegiate Baseball League playoff games, go to Point Streak. That's right. Did you know that all SFCBL games can be followed pitch by pitch on Point Streak? Download the Point Streak app on your iPhone or Android device and follow your favorite team for pitch by pitch updates, live stats. As a matter of fact, you can do it while you're watching the game. The best of both worlds. You feel like you're at the game when you're not dealing with 110-degree heat. To see how Point Streak can help your league, team, or sports organization, visit pointstreak.com. And a 1-2 count here to Logan Cook, the pitch. In the dirt outside, both runners are trying to move up, and they will. Heads up base running for the Palm Beach Xtreme. As Jenner and Strakowski advances, they just pounced on any opportunity to advance with the ball in the dirt, and they did just that. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Out back. Thibault sets. And from the stretch, he delivers this full count pitch. Well, the problem with the 2-2 pitch, low. Now it's a full count. And Thibault again, the 3-2. That's going to miss low, and the bases are now loaded. Tommy Melvin entered the game halfway through the championship game number 2 earlier today. He gets the start today in game number 3, the final game of the season here with the SFCBL. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Bases juiced, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Xtreme with a chance to really set the tone. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Thibault delivers, ball in the dirt. 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Melvin retired, and that will end the threat. Thibault maneuvers through, throwing 33 pitches, but he gets out unscathed. We head to the bottom of the first inning, and the Pokers are coming to bat here live at Jake Rubin Park. Mike Lucarelli digs into the box, and the first pitch to him is outside, 1-0. Pitcher getting the start for the Palm Beach Xtreme in this winner-take-all Game 3 is Jeffrey Belak. Hails from Boca Raton, Florida. Pitch misses low and outside. That pitch is outside. Ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk for Mike Lucarelli. Leadoff man on for the Florida Pokers here in the bottom half of the first.
Batting second, right fielder number 1 from South Maine Community College, Justin Colon.
Thrown in the box and a pickoff move to first, but back safely is the runner. Another throw over to first. That time he's back safely again, but it was a lot closer. That ball misses. Belak trying to find the zone here. And time is called. Both pitchers not being very comfortable in this first inning of work in the winner-take-all Game 3. Thank you to Dr. G's Urgent Care Clinic for sponsoring this summer season. Dr. G's Urgent Care specializes in urgent care services, injuries and illness treatments, physical exams, occupational medicine, and pediatric urgent care. They proudly serve Delray Beach, Coral Springs, Fort Lauderdale, Lake Worth, and the Deerfield areas. For more info, call them today, 561-330-9363. That one drops in for a strike. Two and one now. Another throw over, but another time back safely is the runner. On it goes. The pitch is caught a strike. And in there safely with a stolen base will be Mike Lucarelli. That one's fouled back off the bat of Cologne. The count evens up at 2-2. Pitch misses high and outside. Full count. Pokers have never won the SFCBL championship. They've been in the finals 3 times. The Palm Beach Xtreme have 2 championships in their history. They've been in the finals 5 times. The pitch here. Ground ball up the middle. Nice grab made at second, and just keeping in the infield, Lucarelli dives back safely at third base. Tough play there from Cody Hullub, and he did all he could to prevent a run from coming across the plate. Even had a chance of catching Lucarelli sleeping, rounding third.
From Yale University, Chris DePrima.
So it's an infield single for Justin Colon, bringing up Chris DePrima to bat. The Yale Bulldog. Runner goes from first, and no throw down is going to be made. It's a stolen base. Now with runners on second and third. Nobody out. That pitch is popped up and out of play. Foul ball the other way once again. Now Chris DePrima finds himself behind 1-2. Curveball's popped up. Left field and short. It's going to be caught in dead center field. The throw comes home. It's a heat-seeking missile. That's an easy play from Matthew Corlew. First out of the inning. No run comes across the plate. No runner can tag up. So after DePrima popped up, Santos digs into the box. Couple of runners in scoring position, one out. Bielik trying to get out of this jam. First pitch swinging and missing. Nasty breaking ball that time. 0-1. First Tybalt, now Bielik struggling in this game 3. Santos batting .357 this season. Has not hit a home run yet. That pitch is outside. One and one. Ground ball, or fly ball, center field. It dunks in for a base hit. 1 run scores, and that'll give the Florida Pokers a 1-0 lead.
Batting fifth, left fielder number 19 from Bentley University, Hunter Smith.
So Pokers strike first. It's a Santos RBI single blooped into short center field. Runners in the corners. First pitch swinging and crushed right field, but going back and Snyder played him perfectly. He makes the catch, runner tags up, Cologne's coming home, and he's going to score. It's a sacrifice fly, and it's a 2-0 lead now for the Florida Pokers as Smith brings him in.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter number 12 from Kaiser University, Palmer Hutchison.
Palmer Hutchison now in the box with a 2-0 lead for the Pokers. First pitch swinging and fouling it away. Palmer Hutchinson this season, batting .250. He's got 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. That pitch misses low. Big lead at second base. Fly ball, shortstop. Benson rolling under it. He makes the catch, and that will end the inning. But not before the Pokers strike first. They get 2 runs across the plate. So we head to the top of the second. It's the Xtreme 0, Pokers 2. Top of the second inning. First pitch swing, and that one is driven deep to right field. Going back at the track at the wall, and one hops the wall. Extra bases for Alvarez Jr. He's in there safely at second with a stand-up double. Alvarez absolutely clobbered that one to right field, and Colon gave it his all, but just came up empty. He looked for the fence, and it was a little bit further away than he had thought. Obviously, you got to play the ball and the wall and make sure you catch the ball without injuring yourself. But Colon thought he was a little bit closer to that right field wall. The ball landed right at the base of it. Matthew Corlew now digs into the box. Runner on second base. Nobody out. Leadoff man on. First pitch is cut out and missed. 0-1. That pitch is checked, swung at. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 0-2 now. And the pitch outside. 1-2. Ball in the dirt. It goes to the backstop. Advancing from second to third is Alvarez, and he'll stay right there. Xtreme have that first run of the ball game 90 feet away with nobody out. So the job for Corlew now is to probably hit a ground ball to second base to get that run home or elevate a fly ball to the outfield for a sacrifice fly. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. He'll do neither. Tybalt strikes out Corlew for the first out of the inning.
Batting ninth, second baseman number 14 from Kentucky Christian University, Cody Hullab.
Cody Hullab now digs into the box. Runner on third still, now with one out. First pitch looking out inside. 1-0. That one's roped down the left field line. It is a fair ball. One run scores. Hullab's going to second, and he's in there safely. It's an RBI double, and the Xtreme get on the scoreboard. You know, I was staring down the home plate umpire waiting for him to make a fair call, forgetting that we had a four-man umpire crew.
Catcher number 26 from Gardner-Webb University, Michael Siskar.
But the two-run lead has been cut in half. After the Alvarez leadoff double, and that time, a double for Hullab. First pitch in there is a strike, 0-1. In the box is the Siskar, the last batter in the lineup. Siskar hit a ball over the fence. The problem was it was caught by Hunter Smith in the ninth inning of game number 2. There's a fly ball behind home plate, and the ball was going to be caught. Ranging back was Phil Dudziak for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 1 from Seminole State College, Kobe Benson.
And for the Pokers, Jeff Cardizone. Remember, he got hurt on his right lower half of the body. I think it was a knee on a foul ball. He has exited the game, so behind the plate, that is your new catcher, Phil Dudziak, who caught that ball. First pitch taking high, 1-0. That pitch is roped to center field, and it gets down for a base hit. The throw comes home, play at the plate, and he is safe. Tie ball game. Xtreme fight back. That dugout's fired up. It's been a tough day for both these teams. The heat is unrelenting, so tensions boil up. And when good things happen, it just feels like a release. That was a hit by Andrew Jenner. Jenner's at bat now. Chops one to first base. Stepping on the bag. And that will end the inning. But not before the Palm Beach Xtreme get 2 runs across the plate to tie it all up at 2 runs apiece. The bottom half of the second we go. Here live at PBA. 0-2 the count here to lead off the bottom of the second inning. That one misses inside. 1-2 here to Dudziak, as that one misses outside. 2-2. And the pitch from Bielek. Called strike 3. That curveball started at the eyes of Dudziak and eventually landed just the top of the strike zone to send him packing, one away. Jackson Bell now steps up to bat. First pitch to him misses for a ball, 1-0. Another pitch high. That curveball finds his own. Good breaking ball once again from Boca Raton native Jeffrey Bielek. And the pitch. Ground ball pulled to the left side. Gobbled up, the throw across the diamond. It's in time for the second out of the inning.
Batting ninth, center fielder number 7 from Phoenix Community College, Lucas Hinsey.
So 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Lucas Hinsey to bat. Jeff Bielek, the starting pitcher for the Palm Beach Xtreme, the freshman at Palm Beach State. This is his 5th game of action. He faced the Pokers back on June 23rd. That one's driven to left field, and it's going to get down for at least a single, but here goes Hinsey, and he stops at first for a 2-out base knock. Ball was bobbled out there in the outfield between left and center as Corlew and Melvin were deciding who's going to take the ball. Hinsey saw that, took a hard turn at first base, but eventually just stayed right where he was. Two outs, 1 on. Kevin Taylor swings and misses at that one, 0-1. Kevin Taylor comes to us from the West Coast. Actually from Thousand Oaks, California, but he goes to Valdosta State University. Taylor's been a little bit everywhere. He's been in this league for quite some time. Used to be on the Blazers, and he transferred over from the University of Hawaii to Valdosta State. That's some life experience right there. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. Oh, 0-2 the count with a runner on first base. And the pitch. Missing high. 1-2. That one's driven to right field. Under it and making the catch in the high fly ball is Justin Colon for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 3 from Rollins College, Trenton Snyder.
One out as Trenton Snyder digs into the box. First pitch to him, he ducks, and it falls inside. 1-0. And Casey Tibble delivers that one. It's going to be lined base hit to left field. Gets right between third and short, and Snyder reaches.
Now batting number 16 from Dyersburg.
That one misses inside, but not by much. That one's driven to right center field. Ball caught in the fly. The second out of the inning.
Now batting number 27 from Dyersburg State, Tommy Melvin.
Tommy Melvin in the box. Runner on first base, 2 down. First pitch swing, ground ball, hits the bag, and it's a fair ball down the line. Snyder stays at third base. It's a 2-out double for Tommy Melvin.
Now batting number 13 from Dyersburg State, Enrique Alvarez Jr.
So Enrique Alvarez Jr. had a double last time up. He's 1 for 1. Comes to bat now with a couple of runners on base in scoring position. And they're going to give him the intentional base on balls, loading the bases with 2 outs.
Now batting number 48 from Eastern Kentucky University, Matt Corlew.
So that will lead the way for Matthew Corlew to get an at-bat here in crunch time. Tie ball game, bases juice, top of the third, the pitch outside, 1-0. That one misses outside. 2-0 now to Corlew. Xtreme got out of a jam in the bottom of the second to keep it a tie ball game. They're trying to untie it right here. The pitch. Ball misses low. 3-0 the count. That's the danger of intentionally walking the bases loaded. You've got nowhere to put Matthew Corlew now. Tibble now with his back on the ropes. And the pitch. In there for a strike, 3-1. Game on now for Corlew. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count now. Winner take all, game 3 in the SFCBL Championship Series. First time when this 3-game series format is in play that we've actually had the tiebreaker. Runners go, popped him up. Foul ground. And out of play. So Corlew gets to live for another pitch. That merry-go-round will get going once again with 2 outs and a 3-2 count. Keep that in mind on any ball hit to the outfield. If it's in the gap, it's likely 3 runs. If it finds its way down, it's almost guaranteed to be 2 runs. So another full count, 2 outs, payoff pitch on the way from Casey Tybalt. He deals. Ball misses low and inside. The Palm Beach Xtreme take the lead. Three to 2. Road team now on top. Bases remain loaded for Cody Hullub. He had a base hit last at-bat. Actually turned that into a double, rather. First pitch swing, ground ball to third base, and stepping on the bag will be Santos to end the inning. But not before. 1 run comes across the plate on the bases loaded Matthew Corlew walk. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Palm Beach Xtreme 3, Florida Pokers 2, here live at PBA. The triple to center field. The tying run gets gunned down at the plate. Pardon me, we had some audio issues, but you saw it all on the screen in front of you. Colon tried to stretch it and tried to score from first base, but he just could not get across the plate in time. 2 down. First pitch is in there for a call and strike. 0-1. In the box for the Pokers. Ball's in the dirt. Gets away a little bit from Siskar, but he gets there in time. Not allowing that runner to score from third base. Hunter Smith robbed a home run in the bottom of the ninth on the first game of today. Game 2 of the SFCBL Championship Series, where if the Pokers didn't win, we wouldn't be playing this game. We'd already crowned the Palm Beach Xtreme SFCBL champions. The home run that Hunter Smith robbed would have, if he didn't catch the baseball, would have tied the game at 7 runs apiece in the bottom half of the ninth. But he saves the day. Made an unbelievable catch over the tall fence in left field. Smith stands, I believe, at 6'4". That's what he's listed as, and he used every bit of it to try to keep the championship hopes alive for the Florida Pokers, trying to deliver their first championship in team history. Runner on third base and 2 outs. Felix still on the mound for the Xtreme. He's the starter. That pitch is grounded foul down the first base line. That pitch misses low in the dirt to Hunter Smith. Count now at 2-2. And Bielik deals. Ball low. Ball 4. Smith takes his base. Runners on the corners, still with 2 outs.
Now batting number 12 from Kaiser University, Palmer Hutchison.
So Palmer Hutchison comes into bat with the runners on the corners and 2 down. The first and third signs given by Siskar behind the plate, indicating what the game plan is if Hunter Smith takes off for second. Sometimes you'll see teams not even attempt to throw down. Sometimes a hard throw back to the pitcher to try to get the runner off of third base. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1. And that one misses for a ball. 1-1. Runner goes. Cut on a miss. And in there safely with the stolen base is Hunter Smith. Kind of following through was Hutchison towards the plate, making things difficult for Siskar behind the plate to get a throw down. That pitch is roped, foul down the third base line. Diving out of the way was Jake Santos. He's the runner at third base. The ball has hit his direction. And the pitch. Line drive, one hopper goes to third. A throw across the diamond. It is in time to end the inning and end the threat. Xtreme still lead as we head to the fourth. We are 1/3 of the way through it. Going to crown an SFCBL championship right here at Jake Rubin Park. Top of the fourth inning we go here at Jake Rubin Park, the home of the Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish. I'm Christian Catt on the call. Thank you so much for joining us and bearing with us through some technical difficulties throughout. You know, to broadcast for 8 hours in 115-degree real field heat has its struggles. That one's going to be caught down the line at third base. A nice play made there at the hot corner for the Florida Pokers. That's reaching up with Santos to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Batting number 1 from Seminole State College, Kobe Benson.
First pitch is popped up, foul ground. Third base side arranging over is Santos. He makes the catch. Come on now. Right out of frame. Santos goes with the underhanded basket catch running into the fence for the second out of the inning. A nice play to save some pitches for his new pitcher, Nick Ferreira, back on the bump again. He's over the 40-inning mark in this 2023 season. First pitch is missing for a ball, 1-0. And the next pitch from Ferreira is a curveball that drops in for a strike. 1-1. And wins in there for a called strike. 1-2. And the pitch. Popped him up and out of play. Here's the 1-2 pitch again from Ferreira. Outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, Ferreira with a 1-2-3 inning out of relief. He wants this championship, wants the first ever Florida Pokers SFCBL championship. We are to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 3-2, Xtreme lead. Dudziak steps into the box to get the bottom of the fourth inning started. Pokers just gained a little bit of momentum. Nick Ferreira, their bell cow of a player coach, starting pitcher, middle reliever at Valdosta State University. He has pitched in more games than anybody in the SFCBL this season, as that one is roped to right center field, under it, and making the catch is Corlew for the first out of the inning.
Outlining number 20 from Indiana State University, Jackson Bell.
Jackson Bell now gets the nod. He digs into the box with one out, nobody on. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1. That one's low and outside. One and two here for Jackson Bell. That pitch is waved at and missed. 2 away. Pulling the string was Jeff Vilak. Xtreme starting pitcher gave up 2 runs in the first, hasn't allowed a run since. He's trying to buckle down and give as many innings as possible and get as many outs as possible for the Palm Beach Xtreme, as pitching is at a premium when you go to a winner-take-all Game 3. Ground ball to shortstop. The long throw from Benson is in time to end the inning. We head to the 5th, 3-2. Palm Beach leads. Ethan Strakowski digs into the box, and the first pitch of the inning is in there for a called strike. I'm Christian Catt on the call, now joined by the president of the SFCBL, Vince Farfalia. Thank you for joining me, Vince.
Not a problem.
That one's popped up the other way. Left field, under it, Hunter Smith. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Number 3 from Rollins College, Trenton Snyder.
So, Vince, how have you been holding up, managing all the other aspects of these games in terms of the heat, the location changes, the second game in the heat? And we've never had a Game 3 for the championship series, so that's a new thing to work out. How's that been going as Snyder fouls that one away?
It's been a juggling act, you know. As everybody knows, we usually host these games at Little Fenway in Delray, but the building got struck by lightning and a circuit blew. So we moved over here to Palm Beach Atlantic and have been running back and forth ever since. So glad to be finishing the season up here at a beautiful university.
One's inside. 1-1. Trenton Snyder, the next pitch to him, is in there for a strike. 1-2 now.
If I was both teams here, I would be looking to really work the counts here. You know, both teams are really low on pitching, and some of these guys are getting a little too jumpy in the box, especially after quick outs.
Especially last inning for Nick Ferreira. He got, I think, 2 outs on 2 pitches or 2 outs on 3 pitches for the first 2 guys he faced that eventually got out of the inning in a 1-2-3 frame. Snyder comes into this at-bat 1 for 2. And the pitch. Chopper, third base foul. Just skipped to the left when it bounced near the bag.
Be looking for the same pitch here if I was a batter. You know, it's this bread and butter, his off speed for Nick, and you know, with 2 ugly swings like that, I'd probably be looking for the same pitch here.
Ferreira wheels and deals.
And there it is, the third pitch.
Ground ball. This one does stay fair down the third base line. The throw across the diamond is in time. Just enough on the throw from Santos to gun down Snyder for the second out of the inning.
Ferreira's a smart pitcher. He's got experience. He's been in college for several years now. You know, he knows how to pitch in these situations, and he's no stranger to it. He's been a successful pitcher at the collegiate level for now 3 years.
What are those differences that you see between a guy who, especially with the COVID year, red shirts that have been in college for 5-6 years versus those new green guys? As that's a ground ball. We'll talk about that on the other end. Though to first, it's another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Ferreira, doing a great job out of the pen. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. We are halfway through it here, live at PBA. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. Kevin Taylor digs in the box, squaring off against Bielik. Starting pitcher for the Palm Beach Xtreme. And the first pitch of the inning is in there for a strike, 0-1. As we were talking about before, Vince, what are the differences you see in pitchers that are maybe just going to college, freshman, sophomore, versus the guys who are real journeymen, that have been to the JUCOs, that have been to the summer leagues across the country, that have seen it all, done it all? On the field, what do you see differently?
Are we saying on the mound, or are we saying we're saying for pitchers, correct?
Yeah, for pitchers on the mound, just ways they go about themselves, maybe when they get in trouble, things going well. Is there any differences you can see?
Yeah, a lot. From a scouting perspective, I mean, the biggest difference that you see is ability to pitch. When you have guys that are more experienced, they actually can pitch. They're not just throwers. At the freshmen, guys that are coming out of high school, guys that are finishing the freshman year, a lot of the time you'll just see them be a one-pitch guy or a two-pitch guy that has lack of command of a second pitch. But most of the time, you see guys that have the experience, that have learned how to pitch over the last few years, learned how to get batters out at this level, and that's a big difference.
First pitch is in there for a called strike on the outside corner to the lefty Lucarelli, 0-1. That pitch misses inside, 1-1.
This Mike Lucarelli guy is a guy that they sent me from Tulane University. We put him in the league here, and I think he's going to have a promising career. He's had a really good summer as a rising freshman.
It's popped up and out of play.
This guy's whistling Dixie, though, man. He's a Jersey boy about to go down to Tulane University in the Deep South.
Yeah, it's a bit of a culture shock. I grew up in New York, and I spent a summer in Tulane as that one's waved at and missed. Down on strikes goes Lucarelli, 2 down. Tulane, New Orleans in general is just a different planet, it feels like. Because it's different than just your normal South. Like, it's nothing like Alabama or Mississippi or Georgia. It's its own French Cajun world.
That's what I hear. I've actually never been there.
One's in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Pokers want to do anything, they really need to get some base runners on, because they're letting this guy work super efficiently. And just as I say that, Cologne is on with a base hit.
Yeah, just pushed one past Benson at shortstop, laid out, and it was about half a foot away from his glove. It leaks into center field.
Number 44 from Yale University, Chris DePrima.
Chris DePrima now digs into the box.
Chris has had a really good summer this year. He's hitting, I believe, around 360, 370, and he's been a big offensive provider or contributor for the Pokers this entire summer.
That pitch misses a little bit too tall. Had a lot of break to it. Maybe was caught in the zone, but it didn't cross the plate in the strike zone. DePrima so far today for the Florida Pokers, he's 0 for 2. That one's grounded to the left side. Gloved by Benson at short. The throw across the diamond. It's in time to end the inning. To the 6th we go. Xtreme on top, 3-2. Whoever wins this game wins the championship. First pitch of the inning is in there for a called strike. Nick Ferreira still on the mound, dealing against Tommy Melvin to lead off the 6th inning. And the 0-1 in there for a strike, 0-2 now.
Tommy, don't expect anything else different. If I'm Nick, I'm throwing the exact same pitch.
We'll see the 0-2. That one misses high and outside, 1-2.
Expect him to go right back to the breaking ball here. He has excellent control over his off speed.
In the 1-2. Ground ball left side. Gobbled up at third from Santos to throw across the diamond. It's in time to get Melvin for the first out of the inning.
Our batting number 13 from Dyersburg State, Enrique Alvarez Jr.
Enrique Alvarez comes up to bat. Had a double in his first at-bat of the game, and then he got intentionally walked to load the bases, which eventually came back to hurt the Pokers because then Matthew Corley was walked. That's the difference in the game right now, turning a 2-2 tie into a 3-2 lead.
Enrique was also the only left-handed hitter to participate in the home run derby during the All-Star game as well.
You know, it's a daunting task to go to Little Fenway as a lefty and try to have that disadvantage because that Green Monster is much shorter. That one's popped up left side and ball caught on the fly by Santos, 2 away.
So last year we had a lot of discussion of actually how far it was to right field at Little Fenway, and the correct answer is 359 feet.
That's the pole?
That is home plate to pole.
Oh, man. So that means to get one over the power alley, you're getting
It's
the
375 in the right
Okay.
center gap and 380 in center field.
Pitch is in there for a called strike to Corlew. 2 outs, nobody on base here for the Palm Beach Xtreme. They'd love to extend their 1-run lead and get some breathing room. That one's check swung at, and he did not go around. 1-1. That home run derby this year, Cole Shields really showed up and showed out. 16 home runs in his first round. That's just in 2 minutes. In there for a strike. One and two now. And the pitch to Corlew. Missing low and inside. 2-2.
Matthew Corlew gets on base here. It's almost an automatically stolen base. He can really run.
The pitch. Called strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Ferreira. He's only thrown 27 pitches in 3 innings of work. He's been perfect. 9 up, 9 down for Ferreira, keeping the score as is. 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Jake Santos digs into the box to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 3-2 Xtreme. First pitch swinging. That's a base hit the other way to right field. That's a tying run on first base for the Pokers. Leadoff man on.
Leadoff runner on base, your chances to score a run go up 90%.
It all starts somewhere. You can't ask for much of a better start here in the 6th inning. Still on the mound for the Xtreme is their starting pitcher, Jeff Bielek. That one's roped in the right field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It's a fair ball. Going from first to third is Santos. He's going to be in there safely. Runners in the corners. Nobody out. Table set for the Pokers.
And it looks like we do have some action in the Xtreme bullpen. Guys are starting to move around a little bit.
Yeah, at this stage in the playoffs, you really want length out of your starters. And if you can, honestly, getting this far from Bielek is a job well done, keeping the score at 2 runs. But he's got more work to do with the runners in the corners and nobody out.
Yeah, it really hasn't been much offense this entire playoffs. It's been, especially once we got to the semifinals. I mean, the pitching performances that we saw in the semifinals were incredible.
Throw over to first, the trailing runner, and he's in there safely.
We had 35 strikeouts between both teams in the late night semifinal game with a performance and a half by Zach Dodson of the Snappers. That was impressive.
That turned some heads for sure. That one's driven to left field and deep. Playable, it's caught. The run comes home. It's going to be cut off and throw home. He's in there safely. And they're going to appeal at third base to leave early. No one's giving an indication. And he did not leave early.
Actually had my eye on that, looking at that, and he did, in fact. He was good. It was a good play. Third base coach actually clapped when the guy caught the ball so he could hear when to go. So I'm pretty confident that he was in there safe.
I don't know if I love that technique, because I feel like it takes a while for you to go to brain to tell your hands to clap and your hands to clap to deliver the message. That one's cut on a miss, 0-1. I think verbally might be quicker if I'm at third base, but to each their own, it works out.
It's definitely an interesting technique.
Tie ball game between the Xtreme and Pokers on the sacrifice fly. Runner goes, throw down to second, and he's in there safely. Stolen base.
It's going to be tough to throw a guy out. When he double clutched on it a little bit, couldn't get the grip, and maybe a quarter of a second he would have had him.
1 out after that sacrifice fly. Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position. Runner goes again from second to third, and he's going to be in there uncontested.
Wow. Just completely gave up. Didn't even look at the runner, and he was, after his lead, he was already a third of the way to third base. Didn't even check him.
You know, like good base runners, they pick up on that. He didn't even wait until a second time, but the pitcher goes through a set not glancing at second, a good base runner is going to remember that and take off, get a big secondary and take off running the next time the guy comes set.
Yeah, now we got the
comes
infield in. Exactly.
First pitch, or next pitch is waved at and missed.
As a hitter, you got to know the situation here. You got to make a quality at-bat for your team. Don't be selfish.
Waved at and missed. Strike 3. Dudziak is retired for the second out of the inning.
Really tough error. Really tough at bat. You gotta at least put some sort of pressure on the defense there to make a play.
First pitch drops in for a strike, going 1 to Jackson Bell. That one misses outside.
Didn't miss by much, that's for sure.
And the 1-1's ripped down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. It's a fair ball. And the Xtreme gather in left field. It's a 4-3 lead for the Pokers.
Really nice adjustment there. He'd been struggling the entire day with that breaking ball pitch, and he finally sat on one back enough to put it in play and give the Pokers the lead.
Those have got to be so much more satisfying when you know you're struggling with a curve and you actually, that's the pitch that you come through on, not just another fastball. It kind of heightens that feeling of success tenfold.
Yeah, he was jacked up, man. He was jacked up at first base. He finally got the monkey off his back after striking out on 3 or 4 different occasions on that same pitch.
That one misses low and outside. Bielek still out there. A little bit of stirring in that Xtreme bullpen. But they want Bielek to get out of this one. With 2 outs and a runner on first base, the pitch popped him up. Left field is carrying out there. But Melvin gets under it, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. But not before the Pokers turned a 1-run deficit to a 1-run lead. It's 4-3. Florida Pokers on top as we head to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th we go, 4-3 Pokers on top as we go to the final third of this one. Top of the 7th, 4-3 game. First pitch is going to be a foul ball. Oh, that pitch was close. It hit the chalk. I thought it did down that third base line. You saw it on the stream. You might go look back and rewind on YouTube. That ball was smoked down the third base line, and the umpire had to get out of the way. And he's standing in foul ground, so I think that's why he called it a foul ball, where if it's going to hit you and you're standing foul, the ball landed foul. But it was really close, and Holub's teammates in the dugout were saying, go, that's a fair ball. It was a delayed foul call.
We got a 4-man crew today, so no lack of vision or ability to make a call, that's for sure.
The 0-2. Ground ball, backhanded stop from Ferreira. He's unable to make a throw down to first. Tried the pirouette backhanded grab, and instead it just hit the palm of his hand, I think. Kind of the part of the glove that sticks out of your hand, the leather. So leadoff man on for Cody Hullub on the infield single.
Scar looking to do some damage here, especially after the robbed home run in the first game.
He's been the closest to get one out of this ballpark. In fact, he did enough to hit a ball that would have landed out of the yard. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1. As Vince has mentioned, that was the Hunter Smith home run robbery out in left field in the bottom of the ninth. One hopper to shortstop. Flip to second for one on the first. It's a double play. Siskar's doubled up. 2 away.
Tailor-made. That's exactly what you want as a pitcher, especially coming on a short rest notice. Double plays are your best friend.
Nick Ferreira now has just thrown 31 pitches through 3 2/3 innings. So I gotta imagine the take sign is on here for Benson. First pitch he sees is in there for a strike, 0-1.
A little Johnny Cueto hesitation on the mound there. Stopped at his peak point of his knee. Breaking ball lift in there for a strike.
Shakes off the first sign. He delivers the second. Waved at and missed. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch to Benson. Ground ball right side. At second, the throw to first in time, and Nick Ferreira is doing the darn thing. 34 pitches. 4 innings. He's been perfect. We head to the top of the 8th, or the bottom of the 7th.
State University, Kevin Taylor.
So Kevin Taylor comes into the box. A couple of raindrops make their way to the ground here at Palm Beach Atlantic. And here's the worst app to open. It's the weather app.
Certainly can say I will not miss checking the weather every single morning.
Oh, man. And you're actually leaving town in a little bit, so you're going to be missing these thunderstorms every single afternoon when you go back northeast, or are you going to be okay without them?
Oh, I can't wait. I don't ever want to look at the weather again until next May.
That one's roped to left field, but it's playable. And making the catch in center field is Matthew Corlew for the first out of the inning.
Now riding number 14 from Tulane University, Mike Lucarelli.
Like, for those that are watching and listening that are not from South Florida or haven't been to South Florida, you just have to expect storms every day, and then everything's expected. Like sometimes, wow, it was beautiful today, and then all of a sudden, 5 o'clock, torrential downpour. Well, if you expect that every day, maybe once every 14 days you'll be surprised and no rain will come down, no lightning.
Yeah, this has certainly been a weird summer. Actually, this has been the second worst summer as far as bad weather goes. It is an El Nino year, though, so
Okay.
we are expected to have more hurricane activity.
Grounded to first base. Clean play by Jenner. Steps in the bag. That's the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the seventh.
2 quick outs. If you're a hitter here, you got to take the first strike.
The new pitcher on the mound, by the way, you probably noticed that there's a left-hander on the bump taking the ball for the Palm Beach Xtreme. Mark D'Annunzio from Thornwood, New York.
Mark actually plays at Lackawanna Junior College. It's one of the more up-and-coming junior college programs in the country, especially in the Northeast. They've had a lot of draft picks in the last few years. They run a really good program over there and been putting out really good players.
Yeah, they're well represented in the JUCO Division II World Series in Enid, Oklahoma. Got to see a lot of Lackawanna when they came to town when I was over there. That one's fouled away.
Yeah, I want to say they've had three consecutive years with draft picks, and you know, being a Northeast guy playing at a junior college to get signed and drafted, it's a very big accomplishment.
It's an uphill battle.
Certainly is.
That pitch misses low.
Actually, this is my first time seeing Mark this entire summer. I saw him on the roster. I did expect to see a pretty good arm, especially since they've been doing a good job there.
That ball misses in the dirt. 3-1 the count to Justin Colon, who's having a great day in this game. He's 3 for 3.
Yeah, Justin will be heading out to Phoenix, Arizona for his junior year. A good friend of mine at Arizona Christian University has signed Justin for the 2024 season.
One's in there for a called strike. One on him with 2 outs. Next pitch is fouled up and out of the park.
And a free souvenir for a young fan.
Only if the ball's scuffed, though, right? We need those baseballs.
They aren't cheap, that's for sure.
Runner goes. Hit and run. That one's driven deep to left field, but under it's Tommy Melvin. He gets called off by Corlew. Corlew makes the catch, and that will end the inning. To the 8th we go, live at PBA.
University.
Rain coming down harder here at Palm Beach Atlantic. It picked up in the last minute, and Ferreira's first pitch of the inning is missing inside. 1-0. How does this change the dynamic of the ball game with just a one-run game? Pokers over Xtreme, Vince.
Definitely puts pressure on the defense as
That one's
there we
going
go.
to be a base hit the other way, or not the other way, but
That
second
probably
base.
would have been an out if there was no rain. It skipped off the wet grass and took a very hot hop.
So leadoff man on for the Palm Beach Xtreme. That's the tying run here in the top of the 8th inning. And especially with this unforgiving Florida climate at times, the rain is picked up for Ferreira to get the ball back in his glove, back in his hand. The rain wasn't really that bad earlier on in the last maybe 5 minutes or so. So this is only affecting the Pokers defensively right now. And just as easily, this rain is slowing down right now. It could stop in less than 5 minutes, where it's almost as if Mother Nature picked to either help the Xtreme or hurt the Pokers. But it feels like the weather can be cruel and unusual like that sometimes.
Certainly can, but it looks like it has come to a stop, thankfully.
That one misses high. And that one misses low.
I think we got a 3-0 count here, so this makes things very interesting if we have another additional base runner on. I would expect to see a bunt from the Xtreme.
Ethan Strakowski in the box for Palm Beach. On deck is Trenton Snyder. He's got a lot of speed, showing bunt, pulling it back to give it the look, and taking ball 4. A 4-pitch walk puts runners on first and second, and nobody out. First 2 men on for the Palm Beach Xtreme here in the top of the 8th inning.
Now batting number 3 from Rollins College, Trenton Snyder.
Really got to imagine that there's going to be some sort of bunt play here, especially with it being a one-run game. They are not the home team, and it's in the 7th or 8th inning.
Top of the 8th.
Top of the 8th, so
the struggles you have when you don't have a working scoreboard at the moment. You kind of got to go on point streak or have the stream in front of you. At the dedicated of the dedicated have been fans all weekend long here.
Mother Nature has had her way with electrical equipment at baseball fields in South Florida. Actually, the scoreboard got struck by lightning here as well at Palm Beach Atlantic University.
I thought God loved baseball, Vince. What happened this year? He hates the pitch clock. I think that's what it is.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Taking it out on South Florida. Not a fan of the games changing, but and now trying to dig out the mud out of his cleats is Nick Ferreira. That's what the time is called to do.
Also might have been a combination of bunt coverages here to let the infield know where to go.
And now that the rain has fallen, it looks like it almost ended. There's a rainbow. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. That's going to land behind center field. I don't know how light diffraction works on camera.
First thing I would do here is I would take a strike.
Snyder in the box. First pitch to him. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Okay, now are we going with the bunt or are we going to let him swing away? This is interesting. This is going to be a key part of the game, of how this ends up.
With Snyder's speed, I think if you were going to bunt, you wouldn't have taken a strike. So I think you're swinging away. I don't think you bunt now with 1 strike. That one's popped up and out of play. Now he's behind 0-2.
Once again, we're seeing that nasty breaking ball from Nick Ferreira that has excellent control over.
Schneider's 1 for 3 in this game. He's got a run scored. And the pitch. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Ferreira strikes out Snyder for the first out of the inning.
Now we're ground ball away here if you're a pitcher looking to induce a pitch that can lead into a double play.
You can see the rainbow on the stream now, going from right field and landing in center field. How beautiful. Throw to the runner at second, but back safely is Jenner.
Almost a majestic ending to the season here. It almost gets me choked up.
Seriously. And now the breeze comes through to cool things down. But the pitch to Cook misses a little bit too tall. On the curveball.
Definitely want to do something here with this hitter. You got a hot hitter in Enrique Alvarez Jr. on deck. Already has a double off the wall in right field, so we'll see what happens here.
Chopper to short, and it's bobbled. Everybody's going to be safe. Bases loaded, 1 out. Kind of in between hop 8 up Lucarelli. And the bases are juiced now.
Now batting number 27 from Dyersburg State, Tommy Melvin.
Actually, looks like we have a pinch hitter coming up. I can't see the number yet, but
It's like Ajalon Knowles is going to step into bat. Yeah, A.J. Knowles. Big opportunity here. 1 out.
Pinch hitting number 30 from Oklahoma Wesleyan University, A.J. Knowles.
A.J. is a older player that has a lot of experience, and he's been one of the better hitters for the Xtreme this summer. So no surprise here.
They want to get him in this spot. Job to get one to the outfield and drive a run home. Pitches outside. 1-0. Of course, A.J. is capable of much more than that, but it's situational hitting. You've got less than 2 outs, and you've got a runner on third base. Trying to elevate one to the outfield. The pitch. Jack swung at it. Looked like he went around, and no, he did not. A.J. gets away with one.
That's a tough one right there.
1-1 the count. Completely changes the out bat. Yes, a 2-0 count.
2-0 here.
Pardon. And the next pitch to Knowles. That one's driven to right field. And at least we'll get 1 run home. Or will it? The throw comes home. Runner tag up, throw cut off, and he is out.
Oh, my
It's
Lanta.
a double play. How about that? We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Didn't get the run home on the fly ball to right center field.
If you want my perspective on it, I want to say that the catcher may have been blocking home plate.
And that's what the conversation right now is at home plate. Andrew Jenner.
We might have to look for, be careful of an ejection here. Don't get too excited.
Now,
let the coaches handle it.
Knowles is coming up limping too. I didn't really see what happened to him because he was just running down the first base line. The focus of the play was obviously the play at the plate and the cutoff. But we remain a 4-3 lead for the Pokers over the Xtreme. And we'll take a break here live at PBA.
Lawrenceburg State, Enrique Alvarez Jr.
Top of the ninth we go here live at Palm Beach Atlantic. Jake Rubin Park. Eddie Alvarez Jr. leads things off. He's 1 for 2 in the game. The first pitch from Ferreira is waved at and missed. 0-1. Due up this inning for the Xtreme, barring any substitutions. It's Alvarez Jr., then Matthew Corlew, and then Cody Holub. And the 0-1. That drops outside. 1-1. Nick Ferreira back on the bump for his 6th inning of relief. And the pitch. Line fouled on the first base line. 1-2.
The key for the Xtreme here is to get your lead-off runner on base. Chances of scoring a run go up 90%.
And the pitch. Inside, 2-2.
Very close pitch there.
Ferreira, that was his 53rd pitch thrown. And pitch number 54 from Ferreira. Waved at and missed, strike 3. 1 down.
Still a little juice on that fastball there, coming in at 89 miles an hour.
Now batting number 48 from Eastern Kentucky University, Matt Corlew.
Pokers are 2 outs away from raising a championship banner for the first time in program history. That dugout is just begging to explode, but there's still work to be done. The first pitch to Corlew. That one's to left field and deep. Going back at the track, at the wall. It is gone! Matthew Corlew delivers with a game-tying solo home run in the top of the 9th inning. My goodness, what a shot from Matthew Corlew off the palm tree in left field. It's all tied up at 4 runs apiece.
And that was a no-doubter.
Goodness gracious, Corlew delivers. You know, he's had a tough go of it today, Vince, but you never can count yourself out, and that's why right there.
What a swing. What a swing on that pitch. I mean, that was a no-doubter. Bentley turned around, took 3 or 4 steps, and kissed that one goodbye.
Tie ball game with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. The pitch misses low and outside. 1-0. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody you know to tune in right now to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League YouTube channel to find out the rest of this game. An instant classic taking place at Jake Rubin Park at Palm Beach Atlantic University.
The strike zone has become all of a sudden very elusive. Crazy turn of events.
That's in there for a called strike.
You know, if you're going to tell me that this would have been a tied ball game going into the 9th inning, I probably would have believed you based on how this whole series has gone.
It's in there for a strike. Full count now to Holub. Started off a 1-0 officially, a win for the Xtreme yesterday, earlier today. 7-5 win. Holub charges one to left field. It dunks in for a base hit. That's the go-ahead run on first base for the Palm Beach Xtreme.
Now batting number 26 from Gardner-Webb University, Michael Siskar.
My question is do the Pokers have anybody else in the hopper ready to go?
Nick Ferreira is going to exit this ball game with the go-ahead runner on first base. A valiant effort from the young man. Ferreira made one mistake. And that mistake leads us to a tie ball game. We'll take a break here live at Jake Rubin Park, home of the Sailfish and home of an instant classic of a winner-take-all SFCBL Championship game number 3. And we're back here live at Palm Beach Atlantic. Matthew Corlew, if you missed it, just go back about 3 minutes and watch that majestic game-tying solo home run with one out in the top of the 9th inning.
Situational hitting here. New pitcher, tie game. I hope we're taking a strike here. I would expect to take a strike. But then again, the Xtreme have done quite the opposite of what I would think today. But maybe that's why they're in the championship.
Siskar's in the box with the 1-0 count now and the pitch. It's fouled away on the first base line. And just for clarification, Matty, you're saying is you're taking until you see a strike.
Absolutely, especially if you just watched his warm-up. And no offense to anybody here, but he maybe threw 2 or 3 strikes out of every pitch he threw. New pitcher, 9th inning. Got to take a strike. Got to make him earn it.
And the pitch is fouled straight back.
At least that's the way I was taught in college.
Yo, don't lean on the fence, please. Not you, the player. One-two pitch is popped up and out of play. Runner on first base, 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. The Xtreme won yesterday in a rain-shortened game, 1-0. Game was called with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. They lost today. Poker's got the 7-5 win. This pitch is waved at and missed. Strike 3.
Nasty changeup right there.
Lucas Chantrez from Miami, Florida, strikes out. Siskar goes to Florida International University, where he stands at 6 foot, 184 pounds.
Going to see a fastball in the low 90s here, breaking ball in the upper 70s, and a changeup in the low 80s here. This is a guy that really is either on or off. So let's see what we get out of him today.
First pitch, spikes in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 to Tyler Fody. Kobe Benson, rather. Benson's a switch hitter. Bat from the right side against the lefty Santrez. That ball's in the dirt.
Benson has been a plug defensively at shortstop for the Xtreme. Done a really, really nice job over there in patrolling the left side of the infield.
Not the biggest guy in the world, so you really got to use your body efficiently to get enough throws from the long throw at shortstop. He does just that.
He's a small guy, but he's got a big arm.
Pitch is fouled away. 2-1.
Easily enough arm strength to play left side of the infield. Actually, was at Coastal Carolina his freshman year, and transferred to the junior college route, as many of these Division I players do after their freshman year.
And 2-1. Runner goes, cut on a miss, strike. And he is in there safely, a stolen base for Holo.
Believe we have a 2-2 count here with 1 out. The go-ahead run.
2 outs.
2 outs, I'm sorry.
There was 1 out recorded before Matthew Corlew turned this game on its head with a solo home run. Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position. The pitch to Benson, foul straight back. He stays alive with a 2-2 count and 2 outs.
91 on the fastball there. Shout out to the Stalker Pro 2 radar gun we have right in front of us, providing the most accurate readings for us here in the South Florida Collegiate League.
Thing's durable, man. It's been broken out. How long have you had that radar gun for?
A couple years.
And the pitch. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Thank you to everybody tuning into the YouTube channel. Our biggest broadcast of the season. And for good reason, we've got an instant classic here at Palm Beach Atlantic. Tie ball game in the top of the 9th inning. We're going to crown a champion before this thing's said and done. Chantrez sets, and he deals. Missing high for a ball. Full count. Lefty Chantrez delivers this one. Out straight back again. Benson just gets a piece of it. When these at-bats go this long, it really goes to who has the most mental strength.
As a hitter here, you're making the guy continually try to repeat the pitch. And Lucas has had struggles with command, so Kobe has the upper hand here at this point.
Another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Throw down to first base, complete the strikeout, and we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. All tied up at 4 runs apiece. Will the Pokers walk it off, or will we see extra innings? Find out next here live at Palm Beach Atlantic.
Number 6 from Phoenix Community College, Philip Dudziak.
You see the score in front of you, tied up at 4 runs apiece. Philip Dudziak steps into the box to get things started here for the Florida Pokers. Can the Pokers win their first ever SFCBL championship? First pitch to Dudziak is outside, 1-0.
Really need to be taking a strike here, guys. Fundamental college baseball.
That one's in there for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Now we play.
Ball in the dirt, 2-1.
These guys are tired. It's hot. We've been out here since 10 in the morning. Who's got the guts to pull this out?
The suffer contest. Who's willing to give more? The pitch. Low for a ball. 2-2. And the pitch. Driven to left field and deep. Ranging back. Going towards the wall. And that ball's gone! The Florida Pokers have won the 2023 SFCBL Championship! A walk-off home run from Phil Dudziak from Olaf, Kansas. A solo shot over the fence in left field, and the sophomore from Phoenix Community College sends the Pokers to their first championship. It's a good day to be a Florida Poker.
And what an incredible series of events in this game. Could it have ended different? Absolutely not. Would not expect anything less in this game.
Unbelievable. A walk-off. So